Dr. Wells. I'm here with Otto. It's our sports medicine intern from Florida Gulf Coast University. Today we're going to go over a golfer's warm-up. So Otto's going to begin with his sand wedge in his hand here, and he's going to start with some trunk rotations. Notice how he's keeping his feet planted. He is getting some hip rotation, and he is rotating through the spine. He's going to do 10 total rotations each direction, and then he's going to move on into the next position. Next position will be a lunge position. If it's difficult to do a lunge, this is our imaginary golf cart here. So imagine the golf cart step. You'll put one foot up on the step, your hand will be on the windshield, the metal bar of the windshield. You can lunge forward and get a nice stretch on the upper thigh. Hold that for about 20 seconds and then move into some rotations. Again, if you need your help for balance, you can hold on with one hand and do some gentle rotations with one hand. You'll do each side. Again, rotations about 10 on each side, keeping that spine in a nice neutral position. So try not to overarch or slump forward. Notice how his spine is staying right in the middle. His hips are moving a little bit, but overall, not a lot of hip motion. Good rotation stretch for the hips and for the trunk. The next motion we're going to do is a side lunge. So Otto's going to turn to face us, and this one is to stretch the inner thighs. Again, if you need balance, you can grab the windshield and have an additional good stretch for the arms. And Otto can kind of demonstrate that if you put your arms out in front and imagine you were grabbing the front of front of the windshield, or even using the golf club here. As he goes down, he gets a little stretch on his arms. But key thing is here, stretching the inner thighs and activating those glutes. 10 times each direction. And then we'll move into the next stretch, which will be the swing across the arms to stretch the backside of the shoulders out. So as Otto goes across to the left with his right side, he's pulling with the left hand, stretching the backside of the right shoulder. This helps to improve the follow-through range of motion of the shoulder. Good, and then he'll do 10 times, switch and go to the other side. Again, get a nice stretch in the backside of that left arm. Good. Now let's move on to the next stretch. This one, again, you'll need the sand wedge or pitching wedge for. And what Otto's going to do is 5 repetitions. He's going to grab as wide as he can and go up overhead to stretch out his shoulders. He needs to keep his head looking up. And he's going to hold for about 5 counts, and then he's going to come back down. Good. Again, the emphasis here is keeping that chest out and not pushing through any painful range of motion. Good. And then once he's reached 5 there, he's going to go into some side bends now. So as he comes over, good. He's going to keep his spine in neutral, so he's not going to be rotating from side to side. The emphasis here is to stretch a little bit of the hips and a little bit of the back, but again, not going to end range and not pushing through any pain. Good. All right, and then the last stretch we're going to do again is you're by the golf cart again, and you've got your hands supported by the frame of the golf cart. Otto's going to do some leg swings here. This has helped to get some stretch on the hip flexors, the hamstrings. Nice dynamic warm-up to improve flexibility and not have an impact on your power. You'll do one side, 10 on one side, switch over and do 10 on the other. Total stretching program should take you about 3 to 4 minutes to complete.